are looking live at Alumni Gym in South Bend, where the Northern Indiana Conference opener will be staged tonight. This league is loaded this year. They have 3 teams in the top 20 in the state of Indiana, and 2 of them go head-to-head tonight. Number 11, Riley, takes on number 15, St. Joe, on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Welcome inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth alongside my business broadcast partner, Angelo de Carlo, and with Craig heavily working the sidelines. It's Chuck Freeby. Great to be with you, and let us be among the last to wish you Happy New Year in 2026. Hasn't been a Happy New Year for the Riley Wildcats. They started out 7-0, playing a very challenging schedule, but they've lost 2 in a row. How does Alex Daniels' team get its mojo back?
Well, you got to get healthy is the first thing. They didn't have Tyrese Jones, their star player, in the last game, in a loss, 1 point to Michigan City on Tuesday night. DeCorey Parker has been battling an ankle injury. He did not play in the first of those 2 losses against Northridge. They are both starting here tonight. I think Jones will be fine. Parker's still battling that ankle, so that'll be very interesting to see how it is. But we know it's a really good team, one that won regionals and has high expectations again this year.
And Alex Daniels says the schedule has taught them a lot in the first 9 games.
That we can play with the best. I think that we've proven that in some of our victories and the way we performed in some of those games. And so I think our guys believe that. I think there was I think they had that in the back of their heads, but for it to come to fruition and kind of see that happen, I think it's really good for them. And they know when we have everybody out there and playing that we can compete with anybody in the state.
St. Joseph won the state title in Class 3A a year ago. They have moved up to 4A and will face this Riley team in the sectional. But the Huskies right now are 6-3, having played a loaded schedule in the preseason.
They really wanted to test themselves with a very talented group. Yes, Chase Knesny is gone, but they've got a load of talent. They've brought in more talent through the transfer portal. This is a very good St. Joe team that really believes it can make a deep playoff run, provided they can get out of their own sectional, which is really difficult because a lot of the teams in it, like Riley, Penn, Adams, are really, really good and going to contend both in the sectional and in the NIC.
Eric Gaff's squad is taking on the 2-time defending NIC champs tonight, and I asked the coach what the NIC means to his team.
Never won one. As long as I've been around, we haven't won one. Last year, that was frustrating. I haven't stopped thinking about that. So, we want to do that. It's something we talk about every year, and we haven't been able to do it. So it's one more box we got to tick.
Craig Heatherly is working the sidelines tonight. And Craig, while we've talked about how challenging the schedules have been for both teams, this is the first night that they'll play before a big crowd against a team that they're really familiar with. Do coaches worry about their players maybe being a little too amped up for a game like this?
That's a great question because I'm amped. As a coach, you want your players to play loose but not too loose. That's why it's so important for players and teams to have daily routines that they work on to give them confidence to come into a game with nobody here or thousands in the non-conference or in a conference rivalry like tonight. But as a coach, you're telling your players, don't make it about you. That's when you're going to tighten up, make it about the team. And Chuck, it's not the team that rises to the occasion. It's going to be the team that falls to the highest levels of preparation and training that's going to come out on top tonight.
I hear there are people that paid over $60 just to park tonight. Oh, wait, that was Craig yesterday. Nevertheless, we've got a lot to talk about on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show, and it all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Fabsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
With Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it is time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. We have two seniors with us here today, Ethan Roseman from St. Joe and Chloe Whitmer from Riley. We'll start with Chloe, who is a three-sport athlete, swimming, softball, cross country, has a 4.297 GPA, and she's the senior class vice president. How in the world do you pull that all off?
Honestly, through some trial and error, I've been doing a lot of things like my whole life. So I've really just learned how to manage my time and just discipline myself through splitting my time evenly through everything that I have to do.
You're looking to swim in college, major in exercise science, and you want to be an athletic trainer or physical therapist one day. Why?
So I've dealt with some injuries throughout my years in sports, and I've just seen the impact that athletic trainers and physical therapists can have on athletes. And I also, sports have been just such a huge part of my life, and I just kind of want to continue to be in that realm of sports into my occupation.
What does being a Riley Wildcat mean to you?
Being a Riley Wildcat to me is somebody who's super hardworking, super proud of their school, very disciplined through everything that they do. They always show out for their sport in their school and just in everything that they do.
Chloe, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ethan Roseman is a senior at St. Joe High School, and while Chloe is a three-sport athlete, you're a basketball junkie. Son of a coach. You want to be a coach one day. Tell us about how much basketball means to you and why you want to be a coach one day.
Basketball means a lot to me. I grew up around the game. I had an older brother that played the game. My dad was a high school basketball coach. So before I can remember, I was in the gym with the ball in my hands.
Your mom, Christy, passed away a few years ago. How does she continue to inspire you every day?
She's always inspiring me. She was just the type of person to give her shirt off her back for anybody. always active in the community. She was a principal. So just any way I could help other people, I would try to do that.
Obviously, you came in here in a tough situation. You had to move up from Indianapolis. You wanted to be around family a little bit more. How has this St. Joe community brought you in and helped you out during these difficult years?
At first, I was a little nervous to come up here, especially moving my hometown. But as soon as I got here, it felt like home. It felt like a community, and they welcomed me in right away.
Ethan, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
Chloe, congratulations one more time. Oh, we survived getting hit by a ball. That's our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We've got your opening tip-off of St. Joe and Riley in the Sports Michiana Game of the Week right after this.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners, so you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset, and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Ferret Custom Wool Forming. We form value. Time for the starting lineups on the Ferret Custom Wool Forming pregame show. Here's on.
All right, the Riley starters brought to you by Riley High School Athletics. DeCorey Parker, 5'10", junior guard, 11.4 points, 3.6 points per game. He's battling that ankle injury. Tree Johnson, 6'2", sophomore forward, returning starter, 8.4 points per game. Tyrese Jones, 6'1", senior guard, 17.6 points per game, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game, battling back from illness. Isaiah Packer, 6'4", senior forward, 10.8 points per game. And Kellen Webster, a 6'3", junior forward, 6.6 points per game.
Time to check on what the teams are wearing. Brought to us by It's Thompson, Mishawaka. Riley in the road navy blues with the gold stripes and gold numbers. St. Joe in the home whites with the Columbia blue numbers and red trim. Here are the St. Joe starters, brought to you by St. Joe High School.
Elijah King is a 6'2", junior guard, 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. Nick Shrewsbury, a 6'5", senior guard, 14.1 points per game, has 23 threes on the season. KJ Avery, a 6'3", senior transfer from Valpo, 5.7 points per game. Ryder Place, a 5'11", guard, 4.3 points per game. And Peyton Miamba, the transfer from Penn, 11.8 points per game.
Let's check in on the keys to win, brought to us by our friends at the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For the Riley Wildcats, they need to take care of the ball, have good shot selection, and survive runs by St. Joe. St. Joe wants no straight lines, especially on the passes or drives to the basket. Pressure the ball and get on the glass. Our series history brought to us by our friends at OSMC. This is the 95th meeting between these two schools all time. Riley leads the series 51-43. St. Joe won a thriller at the Cat House last year by 2. Our officials for tonight's game, Christian Corthier will jump it up. He's working with Andy Kern and Donald Sills, and we are just about ready before a standing room crowd at Alumni Gym. And our opening tip-off brought to us by our friends at Babsco. The tip won by the St. Joe squad, which is 6-3 on the year. Their best win over the state champs from Ohio a year ago, Reynoldsburg. They beat them 88-49. Their losses have come to Chesterton, Cathedral, and Mount Vernon, and the Mount Vernon loss was in double overtime. Peyton Miamba, the transfer from Penn, fires and misses, and a great box out on the rebound, gets the ball to Riley that comes in with a record of 7-2. They had a win over number 3 Lawrence North down at the Kokomo tournament. They've also beaten LaPorte. Their losses to Northridge and Michigan City. DeCorey Parker playing on a bum ankle to Tree Johnson on the outside. A lot of the offense goes through Johnson on this Riley team. Kellen Webster misfires, and the rebound kicks around. Loose ball knocked out of bounds. It'll go to St. Joe.
First quarter brought to you by the South Bend Education Alliance. 2 trusted organizations, the South Bend Education Foundation and the South Bend Alumni Association, are now one. As the South Bend Education Alliance, they're investing in teachers, students, and a stronger future for the public education in South Bend. Visit southbendeducationalliance.org to learn more.
We mentioned St. Joe won the 3A state title last year. They're playing up in 4A now. They'll be in the same sectional as Riley and Adams and LaPorte and Michigan City. That's an absolutely loaded sectional this year. Elijah King spins and nearly airballs it. And the rebound to Riley, and here come the Cats on the run. DeCorey Parker outside. Tyrese Jones from the logo. Little short. And Miamba tried to save it and it went out of bounds.
Locally owned, going back 4 generations, Place Homes in South Bend is a team of players, architects, and designers ready to work for you on building your dream home. Visit placehomes.net for more information. Place Homes, building homes, not houses. Go St. Joe.
You saw Alex Daniel, the 6th-year head coach of the Cats, hollering in instructions. Tree Johnson for 3, missed badly. And we're still scoreless 90 seconds into this one.
That is something I did not expect.
Ryder Place starting in front of the injured Ethan Roseman, and a reach-in foul is called on Tyrese Jones. That is his first.
Roseman battling a leg injury that's been lingering him for several games. Came back, played, and then getting evaluated again. So hopefully, we heard from him as our Tony Letcher Student Athlete of the Week. Hopefully he's able to get healthy and back in play for St. Joe soon.
Place was the young man slated to be the point guard last year before Roseman joined the squad after transferring from Bishop Chatard. Elijah King, the talented junior, and there's Nick Shrewsbury putting a drive on and going up with the right hand, but missing. Tree Johnson the rebound, and a reach-in foul is called on Ryder Place.
It's Michiana. The snow and ice is just getting started, as we all know. Thankfully, the experts at Tyrac know a thing or two about conquering winter's worst. They've got the dedicated winter tires that will elevate your drive and keep you safe. Tyrac.com, the way tire buying should be.
I think we might have a warning here on KJ Avery of being too close and maybe going into the out-of-bounds territory as defending. DeCorey Parker being guarded by Ryder Place in the backcourt, and Place took it right away from him.
Place leads St. Joe in steals, showing that ability right there.
Shrewsbury for three, that's short. And the rebound, Karam's out of bounds and stays with St. Joe.
Hey, the Parmesan garlic sauce and tossed chicken strips baskets are back at Frick's Dairy Queen, and you got to get the Oreo Snowdrift Blizzard. Get yours tonight at Frick's Dairy Queen on South Michigan Street in South Bend.
2 minutes, no points. Don't get used to it. Down low, Elijah King for two. Finally, the seal has been broken. Full court pressure again applied. Tyrese Jones down the lane for the bucket and the bump. Too strong for KJ Avery. You'll get another look.
Here's Jones driving inside, showing that ability that led Riley to a regional championship last year. Again, was battling the flu, did not practice for over a week's time. Wednesday was his first practice back. It was in the gym. He was a little rusty for sure, and those free throws brought to you by South Bend Schools, so he's trying to get back into rhythm here for the Riley Cats. That's a good start for him.
Reminder, our first quarter being brought to us by our friends at the South Bend Education Alliance. Cats grab their first lead of the night. Shrewsbury open for three, ring it up. It's sponsored by Place Homes. Nick Shrewsbury's 24th three-pointer of the year. He's a 37% three-point shooter, and now Ryder Place, but he can't connect.
St. Joe's pressure defense is really electric, and they're showing it off right here early on in this game.
Place giving Parker fits. Here's Parker for three. That misfires. And the rebound comes to KJ Avery. Avery all the way, and a charge is called on Avery. That's his second.
Crimmins Carpet Service is father and son owned and has been operating in South Bend for more than 35 years. Their team is dedicated to providing customers with quality cleaning and repair. Remember, it's not clean until it's Crimmins clean. Go St. Joe.
Braylon White checks in to take the place of Avery. White, a four-year varsity player. Tyrese Jones battling through traffic, puts up an air ball. King comes away with a loose change. King right around Jones for three. It's sponsored by Place Homes, and suddenly St. Joe's up by 5. Alex Daniel expected spurts from the Huskies. Tree Johnson misses. Look how high King got for the rebound. King feeling it from the volleyball line. Not that time, and Packer comes away with the rebound. 3-on-2 break for Riley. Packer pull up three. No. Jones the rebound. Here's a step in three by Webster. Kellen Webster did that 4 times in the game against Northridge. He's hitting 43% from three-point range on the season.
Well, they left Packer and Webster as open as you possibly could. Packer didn't get it, Webster did.
I guarantee you that's not on the scouting report to do that, because both of those are very good three-point shooters. Shrewsbury down on the high post. Can't hit, and the rebound collected by Braylon White, but he couldn't hit either. And here comes Riley the other way. Tree Johnson from the volleyball line misfires. And everybody's settling for three-point shots instead of running any kind of offense right now. It's 8-6 St. Joe. Here's Shrewsbury. Missed the dunk. Riley comes the other way. Packer for the lead. That's off the mark badly. Jones is able to collect it. Euro step. And somehow hit that. Wow. Tyrese with 5, tied at 8. Timeout called by Alex Daniel. It's sponsored by Frick's Dairy Queen. 3 minutes to go in the first. Action-packed, tied at 8 on Sports Michiana.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and Long feel like 1st and Goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by TireRack.com. It's the way tire buying should be.
Wow. I mean, what an electric start. We didn't get any scoring to begin the game, Chuck, and then what Tyrese Jones just did with that shot was unbelievable. We'll take a quickly look at this replay here one more time. Tyrese Jones, I have no idea how he got that to go. That is an angle that they would not allow in trigonometry class.
I wonder if he plays billiards because
that's what it was.
Woo. Elijah King drops it off for LeBraylon Booker, who checked in the timeout. Shrewsbury back outside to King. King going right into the lane, attacking the basket and scoring. And both sides really need to do a little bit more of that. Elijah off to a good start. He has 7 points. Parker across the stripe.
I think both teams are playing to the pace of the crowd right now.
Johnson misses another 3. And the rebound's batted around and saved underneath. And Parker, nope, somebody stepped out of bounds. I think Packer stepped out of bounds when he went to save it.
A lot of credit to DeCorey Parker for being able to bat that ball and be able to keep that one in play after the throw-in. But unfortunately, Packer, they say, steps out of bounds.
Shrewsbury, great move down the lane, kicks it outside. Now Shrewsbury for 3. That's off. And the ball goes over the back of the backboard, so Riley will get it back.
Before the game, we featured our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony, a lifelong resident of Michiana, licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Riley struggling against the full court press, and Braylon White puts it in for 2. His first basket of the night, the senior, averages 6.5 per game. St. Joe lead up to 4. Here's Packer. Now Tree Johnson. Tyrese Jones, place all over him. Jones spinning, hitting!
The only way you are going to make some of these baskets is to do what Tyrese Jones is doing, and only players like Tyrese Jones can really do what he just did there. The spin, and then the way he holds the ball and waits for his opportunity and then puts it back in at the last second. Free throw brought to you by South Bend Schools coming up.
Jones, a 79% foul shooter, has 8 points already here in the first quarter. And he and Elijah King putting on a scoring exhibition. Booker, great pass underneath. Shrewsbury was worried about going out of bounds.
Yeah, we knew those 2 minutes where they didn't score wasn't going to last long.
King, so smooth, going in from the left side, has 9. And St. Joe will take a timeout, sponsored by Crimmins Carpet Services. 1:19 to go in the stanza. 14-11 Huskies on Sports Michiana.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle.
The last point was brought to you by South Bend Schools on the free throws. South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven in shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.schools/enrollment. Go Riley.
Jones had to hurry to get it across before the 10-second count. DeCorey Parker, the transfer from South Bend, Washington, handles it up top. Now Isaiah Packer, Place just takes it right away from him, and Ryder Place, no foul called, and so we play on.
2 steals for Place here in the first quarter.
Tyrese Jones. Oh, that one rattles out, and the passion showing in the battle for the loose ball. We'll have a held ball. Alternating possession goes to Riley. Or did St. Joe call a timeout? St. Joe took a full timeout. It's sponsored by Crimmins Carpet Services. 42.3 left to go in the stanza. 14-11 St. Joe on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joe County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Let's squeeze in a Patrick Sideline report with Craig Heatherly. Your thoughts on a frenetic first 7 minutes of this one?
Yeah, the pace of play is outstanding. I mean, in the first quarter, we've seen over 34 possessions played and only about 5 turnovers, which is incredible. As a coach, you'd much rather get shots up than turn the basketball over. It's going to be, we've got to continue to monitor turnovers in this game because that's going to create momentum for a team, and these teams don't need a whole lot of momentum to get going.
Craig, let me ask you this. What do you think of the shot selection so far?
Yeah, on both sides, it's been absolutely really quick, but the game's being played that way. I really like what Elijah King and Tyrese Jones are doing in the paint. I mean, the only thing I can think of is these guys are slippery.
Like an eel.
Carlton has been in business in South Bend for more than 50 years and are the country's leading provider of financial calculation software. While they serve clients throughout the country, Carlton believes in giving back here at home, including supporting St. Joe, where 3 generations of Roskowskis have graduated. Go St. Joe.
St. Joe seems content to perhaps hold for one shot here. We'll see what they do as Ryder Place handles the ball up top. Nope, he's driving. He's scoring.
Almost lulled him into a false sense of security there, thinking he might. And then now whistle here.
Place averages only 4 points a game, but gets the big bucket there. He's used to scoring threes on the football field for Ben Downey's squad. Final 10 seconds of period number 1. Parker into the paint. He hits. And it's living up to billing here at Alumni Gym. St. Joe and Riley, a pair of top 15 teams in the state of Indiana, duking it out with a lot of passion so far. Elijah King leading the way. Tyrese Jones has 8, 16-13 St. Joe after 1 on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place.
Second quarter coming up, brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. As you take a look at this crowd, standing room only, pretty impressive considering the fact that we all know what's happening at the same time. IU football playing in the college football semifinals. And but yep, they didn't stop these people from coming out, which is great to see. Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger, family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital X-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Second quarter underway, sponsored by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Riley trailing by 3 as we begin the period. A.J. Neely in the game now, wears number 4 and handles the ball up top. As Tyrese Jones gets a little bit of a rest. He's been fighting a flu bug this week, but Neely drove to the hole beautifully but couldn't finish. Now the battle for the loose ball. We've got a whistle, and it's going to go to Riley. Actually, Jones is in the game right now. It's Isaiah Packer who's sitting.
Thank you to Chick-fil-A on South Michigan Street in South Bend for feeding our crew tonight with their classic chicken sandwiches, delicious fries, and tasty cookies. Did we make you hungry? Stop in at Chick-fil-A at Erskine Commons in South Bend to get your fix.
Jones already in double figures with 10. Riley back within 1.
I think he's fought off that flu bug.
More like a Michael Jordan flu game right now. Here's Shrewsbury kicking outside. Place usually not shy about pulling the trigger on that 3.
Maybe the one thing to monitor with Jones would be the stamina. How is he doing in the fourth quarter after missing a week?
Place misses that 3, and here comes Jones the other way. Good transition defense by St. Joseph.
And Parker, meanwhile, again, battling that ankle injury, doesn't look as quick as usual, but he's been able to do some things, I think much more than he was able to do Tuesday night against Michigan City.
Parker had it go off Place and right back to him. Now Webster for 3, rims out, and the rebound to KJ Avery. Avery playing with 2 fouls, and he draws a foul against A.J. Neely. That'll be his first.
St. Joseph High School provides an exceptional award-winning Catholic education that prepares students to serve God, the church, and the world. With the recent expansion of school choice, tuition is more affordable than ever. Join the pack and become a Husky by visiting stjoehigh.com.
Elijah King to trigger the inbound here for St. Joe. Huskies trying to win the NIC opener here against the 2-time defending NIC champs. Something that, quite frankly, bothers Eric Gaff that he has not been able to accomplish yet here at St. Joe. Miamba down the baseline for 2, and the Penn transfer has his first basket of the night. He's averaging 12 a game. And again, St. Joe is called for jumping into the out-of-bounds section, and I believe that's going to wind up being a technical foul on St. Joe.
So South Bend School is going to sponsor the upcoming technical free throws. Gives us an opportunity to let you know that patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
We mentioned earlier Tyrese Jones, 79% foul shooter on the year. Hits the technical, and he'll get another. The transfer from South Bend Clay, where we first saw him, and then he went over to Riley and took them to the semi-state last year, scoring 45 points in the regional against Warsaw. He has 12 here tonight.
Broadcasted a game when he was, a sophomore against Goshen, and we're like, this guy is really good. And little did we know a year later how really good he was. If Clay hadn't closed and he had stayed at Clay would be a really good basketball team right now themselves.
Well, Webster started there, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Packer pulling up from the wing. He's short, and the rebound comes to Place. Huskies on the run. And again, good transition defense by Riley that time. Shrewsbury got some space, but Jones knocks away the pass. Here come the Cats, 2-on-1. Jones kicks it outside. Parker for 3. Yes, sir.
And that is set up by Jones' ability inside the paint. He moves so fast but slows it down so much to be able to make the decisions.
Miamba stepped on the... Oh, no, the foul is called on Riley. Thought Miamba was drawing a whistle for stepping on the baseline, but he was shoved out of bounds that time. They'll call it on Tree Johnson. And that is his first.
Riley High School, in partnership with our families and community, provide all students with a rigorous education, celebrates each student's background, and engages the whole student to be a lifelong learner and responsible active citizen in the community. Go Riley.
King down on the low block trying to work on Tyrese Jones, and the charge is called. I'm not sure if they teach theater at Riley, but I believe there may have been some embellishment. You make the call. Yeah.
He's an all-around talent.
Eric Gaff cannot believe the call over on the St. Joe bench. He won't like it anymore when he sees the replay tonight. 2-point lead for Riley. Jones with the handles. Goes right through King. Yeah, you got if you're going to call it at one end, you got to call it the other.
Let's take a look at this one. Even Steven.
Yeah.
And now, a little Bronx cheer coming out from the St. Joe faithful. Elijah King pumping up the crowd. Capacity crowd here.
Well, the reason the St. Joe fans are fired up is that's the second foul on Tyrese Jones, and he goes to the bench. Riley fans pointing at the scoreboard. It's a narrow lead at 2, but you'll take it.
However, with Jones on the bench with 2 fouls, that
It'll
lead
be
is
interesting to see how the next 5 minutes play out.
and whether or not they let Jones come back into the game with those 2 fouls. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on what happens, if he does return.
King passes Parker and puts it in. 11 for Elijah. Here's Packer. Packer into the paint, fades, fires, hits. Isaiah Packer, the sports director at the student radio station, gets his first basket of the night, trying to create his own headlines and putting Riley back on top. Shrewsbury got a nice screen, couldn't pay it off, but Place is there for the offensive putback. Ryder Place playing a wonderful game so far tonight, but then a foul called on St. Joe.
Yes.
And this will be on Place, and that's his second.
We'll see if he comes out of the game, and I think he will. He does, in fact, come out as Miamba checks back in. Place doing a great job with Ethan Roseman out tonight. Want to help your team look great? It's Tops Can Help. They are the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. And they do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
But now we'll have to see how Eric Gaff plays things with his point guard, his backup point guard really on the bench, and his starting point guard not available. Meanwhile, Riley's point guard, DeCorey Parker, misses, but the rebound comes to Riley. Parker will try again and miss, and Elijah King puts this rebound away. King in a hurry gets to Miamba, and he'll go to the line for free throws.
King so fast up the floor, and then that stop, pop, and drop inside to Miamba was perfectly done. And Miamba now an opportunity for some free throws. You take a look at the replay here. Great pass inside, and the free throws coming up. The tribe of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph continues. I Figli del Tuono encourages you to choose a Catholic education. I Figli del Tuono translates to the Sons of Thunder, and they support the Hounds of the Lord. Go Huskies.
If you can't get that one, nobody on the crew can. Peyton Miamba at the foul line, 70% free throw shooter, 4.0 GPA.
I made sure it was when we had a stoppage.
And Miamba hits 1 of 2 in that trip to the stripe to give St. Joe the lead. Still only midway through the second period. Johnson and Webster in the backcourt. Not exactly how you draw it up, but they got it done. Now Parker will handle the ball up top as Alex Daniel hollers in a play from in front of the Riley bench. Parker spins by King. Packer a good save.
They're moving the ball around the perimeter, but St. Joe quickly closing, not allowing a three-point shot to be attempted.
Well, and really not allowing them to get into the paint. They tried to have Tree Johnson drive that time, and he draws the foul on Gus Petrulis, his first.
Big C Lumber, the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Packer. Nice pass down low to Tree Johnson for two. That was all set up by Isaiah Packer that time. Johnson with his first bucket of the night.
I'd like to see Tree inside a little bit more.
Shrewsbury for three. Yes, sir. It's sponsored by Place Homes. Nick's second triple of the night. And St. Joe back up by two.
Here comes the pressure now from St. Joe. They'll back off a little bit, not apply it as intensely as they did earlier in the game.
Webster with a scoop shot that misses. Petrulis starts the break the other way. Avery, pull up three. Yes, sponsored by Place Homes. The transfer from Valpo with his first bucket of the night.
And Tyrese Jones going to the scorer's table with the game swinging from a 2-point lead to a 5-point deficit, looking to check back in.
Parker trying to put the brakes on the skid, but can't. And Avery and St. Joseph come the other way.
7-point swing with Jones on the bench with 2 fouls.
Miamba up top. Puts a move on Webster. Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for free throws. Sponsored by no one.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive. We're here for all your automotive needs.
So conditioned over the years. Miamba at the line. Just went 1 of 2 in his last trip at the stripe. He is a young man with a 7-foot wingspan. Those are some long arms on a long 6'6" frame for the junior.
Jones back into the game. Got a little chat one-on-one with Alex Daniel before he walked in there. Alex making sure he knows he's got to be careful out on the floor.
St. Joe now with its biggest lead, so that's why Jones has to come out onto the floor.
That was a 9-point swing. They were up by 2 when he went to the bench. Down by 7 now as he returns.
Packer finds Tyrese Jones outside. How aggressive will he play? His game is attacking the basket. Can he do that here?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, but he missed the layup, and King soared for the rebound. Shrewsbury down the lane, goes up, draws a lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2 more.
I think you want him to be aggressive still on the offensive side.
Has to be.
He has to be. The defensive end is where he's going to have to be careful to make sure he's not getting one of those fouls. Like right on that last possession, didn't see on the replay, but he's running back. He can't attack from behind in those situations and risk anything in that type of situation.
Tree Johnson gets called for his second foul, while Shrewsbury goes to the line where he's a 67% foul shooter.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support at Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Shrewsbury had 16 in the state championship game against Crispus Attucks last March. He has 8 here tonight. And St. Joe has opened up a 9-point cushion. Parker gets around a possible trap at half court. And a little too handsy that time by Peyton Miamba.
Looking to buy or sell a home? McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com.
DeCorey Parker taking free throws, sponsored by the South Bend Schools. Tried to play Tuesday night in the game against Michigan City, and just his mobility was not that good. Seems a little bit better here tonight. He has 6 points. He was an all-NIC first-team guard a year ago, which seems interesting to say since Tyrese Jones was second-team all-NIC last year.
I remember that.
So did he, especially in the tournament.
Yes.
KJ Avery finds Elijah King. King with a nice move on Jones, took him right to the hole because he knows Tyrese has to back off a little bit.
Smells blood, and he's going in.
Now the pass deflected by Pachulis, and here comes St. Joe the other way. Down the middle of the lane with Miamba, and he draws contact, and it might be on A.J. Neely. That would be his second. No, it's on Tyrese Jones, and that's his third. And boy, does that hurt the Cats.
Yeah, and that is not the type of foul you want in that situation. And frankly, there is no foul that is worth it in the first half at this point, and that's just a tough one to have. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more. And Jones staying in the game here.
Well, the problem is they need his offense, too.
Man, down by 10, you're hoping to at least play for the final shot here and get Jones a basket and get back within 7 or 8.
Parker making enough progress against Pachulis to keep a 5-second count at bay. See the clock on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Jones with the ball in his hands. Hit step back three.
That's why he stayed in the game.
That was pure. What a pure first half. Led by St. Joe, 35-28. We go to Craig Heatherly for a Patrick Sideline report. He's with St. Joe coach Eric Gaff.
Coach Gaff, the last 9 possessions, you outscored them 17-8. What was the key there?
Well, we finally started to impose our pace. We started to impose our pressure. I think we're still too slow in transition. We can kill them in transition. Just got to keep that pressure on them.
As you go into the locker room here, what is the message to the team?
Hit your free throws, reward yourself. I think if we reward ourselves, we're up a lot.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Still too slow in transition, he says, Chuck.
Hey, pick up the pace here, babe. Let's go. We're going to break. When we come back, we'll have the Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights on the Sports Michiana. Give it a break.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
With SurfFiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. Our favorite customer will halftime report now with St. Joseph leading Riley 35-28 at the intermission. We welcome you inside the cozy confines of the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck and Anj right on top of the fray tonight. Your thoughts on that first half?
Well, St. Joe just playing very slow in transition, according to Eric Gaff. That's the key. No, pretty much what we expected. And obviously the key in this one was Tyrese Jones getting the second foul that put him to the bench. They were up by 2, then the swing, they were all of a sudden down by 9, and then now he has 3 fouls as we head into the second half. That's going to be a big factor, but luckily he got that big 3 to close within 7.
Let's show you how it got to be this way with the Times Car Care Center highlights, and we'll show you some action from the first half. Nick Shrewsbury dialed up a 3 as St. Joe went on a 6-0 run early in the first to take a 5-point lead, but back came Riley, thanks in part to Tyrese Jones, who was just incredible with some of these moves that he made in the first half. Look at this spin and bank for the bucket and the bump right there. But St. Joe was not deterred. Ryder Place had a strong first half at point guard, had 4 points in there, and then they were able to get the ball to Elijah King. He led St. Joe in scoring with 13 points. Tyrese Jones, the lead scorer for the half, as he got this step-back 3 at the end of the half to come up with 15 himself in the first half, but Riley trails by 7, 35-28. When we return, we'll take you around the area with the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. That's next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat-shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. And the purpose of McKinnis Realty on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is to allow us to take you around the area on the high school basketball scoreboard. Hi, it's the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck and Anj, let's go over some scores. Start on the girls' side. Big one in the NIC tonight. Penn goes over to Northside Gym and beats Elkhart 53-45. Christy Eldridge's team now in sole possession of first place in the conference.
Yeah, Penn's really good. Elkhart has been a good team throughout the season. They still got to play St. Joe does Penn, so that'll be interesting coming up as well.
West Noble beat Lakeland tonight in girls basketball 41-38. Switching over to the boys' side, they are after 3 quarters at McEwen Gym, and Goshen still unbeaten, leading Concord 48-38. We'll see the Redhawks next week.
Yeah, and they'll face Warsaw, who's down 20-13 in a low-scoring affair at halftime against Northridge.
Also in the NLC, Mishawaka with an 11-8 lead on Plymouth after 1. And up in Michigan, Brandywine got knocked off the other night by a really good South Haven team. Well, they lead Berrien Springs tonight at the Bobcat Den by a score of 21-18. And that is our McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. Don't forget to check us out tonight on social media, Facebook, YouTube, our website, sportsmichiana.com, and Twitter. We'll have all the scores there for you in one neat little package. Just give us some time after these games are over. Here it's 35-28 in favor of St. Joe. When we return, we'll hear from Craig Heatherly with a Patrick Sideline report on what Alex Daniel had to say at the break. You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. Tire Rack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce.
You might ask, well, you bought them. Now, how are you going to put them on? No problem. Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. Tire Rack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce.
You might ask, well, you bought them. Now, how are you going to put them on? No problem. Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Let's check in with Craig Heatherly for a Patrick sideline report. Saw you talking to Alex Daniel outside the Riley locker room. What do you have to say?
He said defensively he had one focus for his guys at halftime. It's keep Elijah King out of the paint. And it's not one person's responsibility. It's everybody's responsibility. Easier said than done. Offensively, he wants to see his team move the basketball a little bit more in the half court and share the basketball, get more movement to create opportunities to drive the basketball, make plays for others. But in my opinion, when it comes to the half court, St. Joe's winning that game right now.
They're the more physical and aggressive team right now. I think in the half court, you're right, Craig. Riley has settled for the three-point shot, other than Tyrese Jones, who's doing a lot of attacking.
But he's been a little bit limited because of the 3 fouls. And there you see Mark Johnson, the former head coach of both Riley and St. Joe, taking in the action here this evening. Third quarter brought to you by our friends at Carlton.
Nick Shrewsbury going up top. He has 10.
We might see that one a little bit later on that Big C Lumber big play of the game.
Design play coming out of the break by Eric Gaff, and it worked beautiful.
Didn't even let everyone get back in their seats.
Tyrese Jones over in the corner, working on Elijah King. Lost the ball, scramble for it, and we've got a whistle and
a foul.
A foul, it looks like, against St. Joe perhaps. But here's another look at the Shrewsbury alley-oop.
King, he wasn't looking, and then he turned and threw it right up. As you said, design play, perfectly executed as they drew that one up coming out of the timeout.
Foul called on Shrewsbury down here at the other end. That's his first. Jones off the inbound, puts it back up and in.
Riley's own version of a no-look pass there.
He's like a pogo stick that time, and Tyrese now is 17. King explodes to the basket and draws the foul from Tree Johnson, his third.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the court.
And so Elijah King will go to the foul line here. Elijah is only a 58% free throw shooter on the year. This is the one area of his game that could use some improving.
Two trusted organizations, the South Bend Education Foundation and the South Bend Alumni Association, are now one as the South Bend Education Alliance. They're investing in teachers, students, and a stronger future for public education in South Bend. Visit southbendeducationalliance.org to learn more.
King looking for his fifth straight game of 20 or more points. He has 14 so far tonight, and it'll stay at that as Johnson gets the rebound. 8-point lead for the Huskies. Tapped away by KJ Avery, but Johnson brings it back. And Johnson will go all the way to the hole, but not score. Shrewsbury starts a sprint the other way. Place in rhythm for three. Short. Rebound, Miamba. Have it knocked away. Tyrese Jones comes down and threw it off the leg of Ryder Place.
Locally owned, going back 4 generations, Place Homes in South Bend has a team of players, architects, and designers ready to work for you on building your dream home. Visit placehomes.net for more information. Place Homes, building homes, not houses. Go St. Joe.
Parker looking to trigger the inbound and had to heave it into the backcourt for Packer. Riley in the half-court game goes to Tyrese Jones. That's always a good choice. Tree Johnson hasn't hit one of those tonight and still hasn't. The rebound knocked out of bounds off Packer. It'll go to St. Joe.
Tire Rack doesn't just sell tires. They test them on the road and on their test track. Learn how the tires you want, tackle evasive maneuvers, drive and stop in the rain, or just handle the everyday commute. Go to TireRack.com to see their test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Miamba trying to get a step on Johnson and nearly threw it away. King saves the day for St. Joe, kicks it out to Place. Miamba for three. It's sponsored by Place Homes for Peyton Miamba. That is his 10th three-pointer of the season and an 11-point lead.
Man, Ryder Place
down at the other end.
Ryder Place almost had another steal.
Tyrese Jones, that's his fourth. Jones with the charge. He'll get another look here.
His second offensive foul. Here it is, and no doubt about that one. They're going to call an official timeout. I think they're going to take Jones out of the game here.
Well, they got to wipe, and they might need to wipe some stuff up here. But yeah, Tyrese Jones is going out. A.J. Neely coming in.
Parmesan garlic sauce and tossed chicken strip baskets are back at Frick's Dairy Queen, and you got to get the Oreo Snowdrift Blizzard. Get yours tonight at Frick's Dairy Queen on South Michigan Street in South Bend.
Yep, some sweaty bodies on the floor.
Well, that's where Jones landed.
So they got to do a little cleaning job here with one of the towels.
Gives us a chance to let you know that Crimmins Carpet Services has been serving Michiana for more than 35 years. Joe Crimmins and his sisters, Samantha and Danielle, are proud St. Joe alums. They clean for St. Joe and can for your school or business too. Remember, it's not clean until it's Crimmins clean.
Ryder Place to Nick Shrewsbury, who will bring it across for St. Joe as he calls out the play. KJ Avery signaling to Elijah King. King pops open. Well covered that time by Webster. King over two cats for two. Elijah now with 16. Averages 20 a game, and now Donald Sills has had it with some of the yapping from the two players. And is going to come over and talk about perhaps issuing technical fouls.
Or was it a warning? Are we getting free throws?
Well, Donald's still trying to figure it out.
Okay, while they figure that out, we'll thank Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Obviously, it's a technical foul against St. Joe. We haven't seen it posted on the board here yet. Isaiah Packer misses the free throw. Packer taking free throws, sponsored by the South Bend Schools. 71% foul shooter, is committed to play at Indiana Tech next year.
Critical time here for Riley. Down by 13. You don't have Tyrese Jones. You know, it's an opportunity. We're still early in the season. What can you do without your star player?
Trying to look at the foul board up there to see if anybody was issued an additional foul, but doesn't appear to have been that way.
Place, man. He is all over the place.
Riley trailing by 12. To Corey Parker, the point guard. Coming down the lane with the scoop, misses. Here comes St. Joe with numbers the other way. Elijah King from the left side flies in there and charges. His second.
South Bend Schools, strategic, innovative, and driven in shaping future leaders since 1867. Enroll today, thrive tomorrow. Visit sb.schools/enrollment. Go Riley. And more towels on the floor to wipe things up after another charge called.
Take a look at Eric Gaff over on the other side. Gaff is in some rare company. He is one of only 7 coaches in the Sports Michiana coverage area who have won a boys basketball state championship. 5 on the Indiana side, and then Nate Knapp at Brandywine and Corey Sterling at Benton Harbor up on the Michigan side. There you see our factoid.
Third quarter tonight brought to you by Carlton. They've been in business in South Bend for more than 50 years and are the country's leading provider of financial calculation software. While they serve clients throughout the country, Carlton believes in giving back here at home, including supporting St. Joe, where 3 generations of Roskowskis have graduated. Go St. Joe.
So how can Riley chisel into this 12-point deficit with their leading scorer for the season, Tyrese Jones, sitting over on the bench? Packer could help. Didn't that time, though, and the rebound, though, controlled by Riley, and Tree Johnson puts it up and in. They need more of that from the big fella. He averages 8 a game. He's only got 4 tonight. Shrewsbury at the other end connects. It's sponsored by Place Homes. That's the third 3 of the night for Nick Shrewsbury, who has 13. Committed to play at the University of Notre Dame. He knows the coach well.
And one of the players. Probably all the players well.
Johnson had it stymied from behind, and the rebound controlled by St. Joe and a foul call. I believe this will go on Packer of Riley, his first.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Braylon White checks into the game now for St. Joe. KJ Avery has a seat on the bench. LeBraylon Booker lost the handle, and Riley is able to get a turnover here. Parker showing the handles. The scoop, though, is erratic. Gets his own rebound, puts it in.
He finds a way.
With 8.
He finds a way, man.
Riley's not going to go gently. Nobody ever does in this rivalry. Here's Booker. Wanted to go down the sideline. Shrewsbury, ring it up. Woo! He has 16.
Another 3 brought to you by Place Homes. The lead now 14.
Tree Johnson spinning and dealing it off, but A.J. Neely missed the layup. Webster with the rebound is short. King goes above everybody to get the rebound, then gets fouled.
Yeah, those are 2 shots. You're down 14. You got to get those. Those are buckets that you just absolutely need. But you mentioned it earlier. We've seen wild games between these teams. We've seen wild comebacks. 2 years ago, Riley was up 30 points on St. Joe. St. Joe came all the way back. They didn't win the game, but they pulled within 3. So silly things can happen in the fourth quarter of this rivalry.
The last 5 games between these 2 teams have all been decided by 10 points or less. And last year it was a mere bucket. King, pull-up jumper, that's off the mark. Tipped around, and it comes out to Tree Johnson leading the break. Johnson all the way for 2. And when Riley attacks the basket like this, they're kind of hard to stop. Pachulis in the corner, that's off the mark. Here comes Riley the other way, collecting these long rebounds. Johnson will slow it up for just a second as he catches his breath.
Johnson, just a sophomore, starter last year.
But aggressive, 6'2", 220. Couldn't score that time. Shrewsbury gets the rebound, and he's out in a hurry. King in rhythm for 3. Yes. Sponsored by Place Homes. Elijah now with 19. He is a 40% three-point shooter on the year.
And Tyrese Jones coming back to the scorer's table with 4 fouls because
You got to push all your chips to the table. You're down by 15.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice at this point.
Parker from the baseline airballs it, but St. Joe knocked it out of bounds.
Might be the first mistake St. Joe's made here in the third quarter, other than the technical foul that was assessed. Thank you to Chick-fil-A on South Michigan Street in South Bend for feeding our crew tonight with their classic chicken sandwiches, delicious fries, and tasty cookies. Did we make you hungry? Stop in at Chick-fil-A at Erskine Commons in South Bend to get your fix. I think I still have some of my fries left. I have to dig into those after the game.
That's why the air fryer was invented. Warm those things up. 15-point lead. Tony Beltran in the truck says, no, they're gone. Isaiah Packer looking for some help. Found a beautiful pass to Tyrese Jones for 2. Jones now with 19 and a steal by Riley. The Cats are certainly capable of getting back in this thing, and very quickly. Jones can lead the charge, but misses on that one, and the ball goes out of bounds to St. Joe.
Join the pack at St. Joseph High School, where faith, character, and excellence are at the core of our mission to transform students in both heart and mind. Thank you to expansion of school choice. Tuition is now more affordable than ever. Learn more at stjoehigh.com. Go Huskies.
Miamba outside for Pachulis, and Pachulis misses the rebound, though. Tap to Miamba for 2. And he's got 10. So 3 St. Joe players in double figures tonight. Johnson spinning, trying to take Pachulis down low, but missed the shot. And King will come the other way. St. Joe playing this game at its pace.
That means someone ate a second order of fries, by the way. They're gone.
Miamba inside misses. Bodies hit the floor. Smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound. That's A.J. Neely.
Tree Johnson was rolling around the floor.
If a tree falls in the backcourt and nobody sees it. Here's the 3 on the way from Tyrese Jones. He has 22. Riley trying to trim this to single digits if they can before the break.
They'll need a turnover for that to be the case.
Officials timeout. And an officials timeout because A.J. Neely is hurt. He's got to leave with, looks like possibly an ankle injury. And
I think he's
incapacitated.
He has had a flu bug himself.
Gotcha.
And I believe that just set in for AJ.
Yes. Keelan Webster will take his spot in the lineup.
Gives us a chance to remind you that at OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for, guided from diagnostic through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive. Didn't think I would get that one in, I did.
St. Joe with about 9 seconds here before the third quarter break. Miamba, turnaround jumper is off. Riley will control the rebound, but St. Joe in control of the game through 3 quarters. The Huskies put together a big third quarter, partially thanks to this dunk by Nick Shrewsbury. They lead at 54-42 after 3 on Sports Michiana.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. Let's check in with Craig Heatherly for a Patrick Sideline report. Craig, a lot of talent on the floor. You were a former college scout and coach. What has impressed you about the talent that you've seen here tonight?
Yeah, every time I see Elijah King, I'm more and more impressed. I mean, he's a two-way player, offensively, defensively. He makes the right plays. He can shoot the three. He's strong. He posts up and scores that way. He drives to the basket. That was a heavy dose of Shrewsbury and King in that third quarter, accounting for 14 of St. Joe's 19 points. My biggest question is, what can Riley get done in the half court when Tyrese Jones isn't in the game?
We're not going to find out now because he starts the fourth quarter on the floor playing with 4 fouls and gets double-teamed right away by St. Joe.
Fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at I Figli del Tuono. Should have made you do that one.
That's all right. Packer drives through the lane and hits Isaiah now with 5. Riley has it down to 10. Pachulis in the corner for 3. Keeps taking that shot, but he hasn't been making the shot. And then foul is called underneath. And I think it's going to go on Peyton Miamba. A little push-off going up for the rebound.
Talk about guys that have improved their game. Ryder plays. And you talk about, he's the only one that's played tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that played a full football season. The rest of these guys were all pretty much all basketball during the offseason where Place was playing football deep into the playoffs.
Kellen Webster with the layup. It's down to an 8-point game. Connor Gallagher is on the St. Joe roster. He's unavailable tonight. He was tight end on that and linebacker on that football team, but he's got a sprained ankle tonight, so he can't play. Shrewsbury with a little Euro step for 2. Nick Shrewsbury, 18 points. To me, Shrewsbury just looks bigger and stronger than he was last year, and it's increased his ability to take the ball inside. Jones with a great move, tosses to Webster for 3. Kellen Webster with 8. It's a 7-point game. Look out, folks. Here come the Cats. Shrewsbury to Avery.
You talk about strength. How about that heave into the corner?
Wow, from the logo. Bank's not open on a Friday night. Try cut it.
Wow, they said that. Can you switch this? Okay.
Yeah.
Good collaboration there by our officials here tonight to get the call right.
So now Riley, once down by 15 when Tyrese Jones came back into this game, has it down to 7 with the ball and a whole lot of time left.
Absolutely, and of course, Jones has got to make sure he doesn't get foul number 5.
Tion Wadley in the game now, handles it up top. Jones thought about pulling the trigger from the volleyball line. Tyrese draws a little ticky-tack foul from KJ Avery, his 3rd.
And building off the conversation of guys and how good they've become from a year ago, Tyrese Jones is that much better of a player than a season ago, and he's playing after sitting out a full week with the flu, so he doesn't have all his strength back. And he's making all sorts of shots at weird angles here this evening. So I look forward to seeing him down the road and at 100%.
Well, very possible these two teams could be together again in March. Here's Tree Johnson, fouled by Shrewsbury, and he'll go to the line for free throws, sponsored by the South Bend Schools.
Riley High School, in partnership with our families and community, provides all students with a rigorous education, celebrates each student's background, and engages the whole student to be a lifelong learner and responsible active citizen in the community. Go Riley.
Tree Johnson, 92% at the line this year. Really mature for his age. Rattles that one home. He has 7 points tonight.
I was impressed when I talked to him last year. He was a freshman, and he talked like an upperclassman. He had that poise about him like an upperclassman. And he commanded the attention on the court and respect of his teammates like an upperclassman.
I mentioned earlier the fact that a lot of their offense runs through him. They're not afraid to bring this guy that looks like a defensive end up to the point to run the show. Here's Shrewsbury for three, and you can ring that up. Sponsored by Place Homes. Timeout called. It's sponsored by Crimmins Carpet Services. 5:39 to go in the ball game. St. Joe by 8 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lillard Insurance Agency. They're real people with real service and real value.
Fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at I Fili del Tuono.
Do you feel like you're back in the family home when you say that?
No, that one's too hard.
I love that shot you sent of your dad, by the way, over the holidays. He looks great. Here's Tyrese Jones, short on the shot. And the rebound comes to Nick Shrewsbury. How old's your dad now?
He will turn 92 in May. Still walks 4 miles every single day. We can't stop him if we try, and we have.
Elijah King can't hit on that three-pointer. And the ball goes out of bounds to St. Joe.
My wife's just trying to get me to walk 4 miles in a week.
I was going to say, it's not a bad idea. 8-point lead for St. Joe. Jones nearly picked up his fifth right there. Ball goes through the hands of Braylon White. Here comes Riley the other way.
Riley fans very grateful that fifth foul was not called.
Jones couldn't get the layup to go. Here comes King.
That was a tough angle. He makes it look so easy sometimes, but not an easy shot by any means.
A lot of talent right there. Jones guarding King, Shrewsbury. Ryder Place trying to show the handles here against Parker.
And now an opportunity for St. Joe to try to run some clock too.
Place with the Euro step, couldn't get it to go. White, a big offensive rebound, no good. Another offensive board from KJ Avery. Big sequence there for St. Joe. They're running some time, and they're keeping possession.
One Achilles heel for Riley is rebounding.
Place, great feed to White for two. Braylon White now with 4 tonight. The lead back to 10 for St. Joe. Wadley traveled.
The tribe of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph continues. I Fili del Tuono encourages you to choose a Catholic education. I Fili del Tuono translates to the Sons of Thunder, and they support the Hounds of the Lord. Go Huskies.
3:52 to go in this one. St. Joe leading by 10. It's only the opener in a Northern Indiana Conference this year that is loaded with talent. Penn is also in the top 20 in the state polls. And oh, by the way, the John Adams Eagles are undefeated, and they beat Washington tonight. Here's Tree Johnson for 3. Wouldn't go. And Miamba gets the rebound for St. Joe.
Elkhart had a nice win over LaPorte this week.
Avery stop, pop and drop for 3. It's sponsored by Place Homes. KJ Avery's second 3 of the night and his 9th of the season. And a whistle and a reaching foul called against St. Joe.
Suddenly that lead back out to 13 after what? They got it down to about 5?
Had it down to 7.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of friends at our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Riley knocks the rebound of the Isaiah Packer miss out of bounds, and so St. Joe has it now, leading by 13. St. Joe, one of the top scoring teams in the state at 75 points a game. They're not quite on pace for that tonight, but they could come close with 3 minutes left. Place outside. Miamba into the paint for 2. Peyton now with 12. That's his average. And Eric Gaff's team, you said the words blood in the water earlier in this one. They smell it now.
Well, and one of the other things we talked about, as it appears we're going to get a timeout on the floor, brought to you by Frick's Dairy Queen. St. Joe has a 15-point lead, 2:37 to play, fourth quarter. Back after this on Sports Michiana.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Babsco. They're your trusted electrical distributor. Chuck Freeby, Angelo, Carlo, and Craig Heatherly back with you from Alumni Gym, where St. Joe has a 66-51 lead on Riley. The one thing they do here at St. Joe that troubles us is they run the timeout clock during the timeout. So that was the countdown you were seeing on your screen. That sounds about right.
I was right. You know what, Chuck? I think this is a 10-0 run here for St. Joe. It was 56-51. They got it down to 5, and then it is a 10-0 run here for St. Joe that have put the lead back out to 15.
St. Joe being led tonight by Nick Shrewsbury with 21, Elijah King with 19, and Peyton Miamba with 12. Tyrese Jones is 22 for Riley, but nobody else is in double figures. Full court pressure to be applied here by Riley. They've got to do something to try to generate points in a hurry. Trailing by 15 with 2:37 to go. And a foul called on Isaiah Packer. That's his second. And that'll be the first on Riley here in the fourth quarter. So they've got some work to do if they're going to send St. Joe to the line. This could be a slow trickle down of the 2:37 left in this one. And they're not going to have number 3 foul because that would be the 5th on Tyrese Jones. Here's Shrewsbury. 23 now for Nick. His career high came against Michigan City Marquette with 25. That's an over and back.
The roof was going to blow off because he had a lane inside. He might have tried to top that dunk he had earlier.
But as it is, Riley gets the ball back down by 17.
Maybe try to top that dunk he missed earlier, too, in the first half.
By the way, St. Joe's got another tough game this weekend. They go down to Indianapolis tomorrow and take on Silver Creek, team from down by Louisville, who is ranked number 5 in the state of Indiana. Steal here by St. Joe. So Eric Gaff's squad taking on all comers, and now Ryder Place, I think he might have jammed his finger or his wrist trying to steal that ball, and Place is going to come out of the game.
That's something you certainly don't want to see if you're St. Joe, especially with your starting point guard, Ethan Roseman, battling an injury, and you can see significant pain from Place as he holds on to that hand and wrist area.
Yeah, his fingers got bent back as he went for that basketball. We'll see what happens. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. St. Joe comfortably in front. They will go to 7-3 overall and 1-0 in the NIC. Here's Miamba on the inside, and he'll go to the line shooting free throws. As Alex Daniels going to clear his bench.
By the way, again, we've mentioned it, but St. Joe's up 17, and they don't have their starting point guard. That's how good.
It's an impressive display.
It is. And, again, Riley, we've talked about this as well. Parker, not probably the player we will see down the road. He's still battling that ankle injury. Jones battling, coming back from the flu. Neely battling, coming back from the flu. Neely not playing that much, and even when he was in there, he had to leave the game for flu-like reasons. So I think you're going to see a lot from Riley. They're not going to go away. It will be very interesting to see St. Joe, now that they would appear to have this game secure, will obviously be the favorite in the NIC. But, man, it is going to be hard to win this conference with no losses.
Penn, Adams, Elkhart, Marion, all capable of upsets. KJ Avery wanted the dunk right there, but the ball went through his hands. Coming the other way, missing the layup is Dominic Sanders. And Sanders with the bucket and the bump as he's fouled from behind by Nick Shrewsbury. So Sanders, a 6-foot junior who's only played in 3 games this season, now gets a chance to go to the line for the first time this year. You get another look on the Sports Michiana replay.
Free throws brought to you by South Bend Schools.
Pachulis will check in for St. Joe, so will LeBraylon Booker. Avery and Shrewsbury go to the bench. Shrewsbury with 23, just 2 off of his career high tonight.
I think he'll be chatting with Craig after the game as our Reliance player of the game. Great game here from Nick Shrewsbury.
Meanwhile, Sanders going to the line to take a free throw sponsored by South Bend Schools.
Fans starting to clear out now as well.
And for Riley, this would be their 3rd straight loss. The rebound put up by DeMichael Davis, but missed. Booker and the Huskies come the other way. Here's a 3 on the way. It'll go off the side. Now into the paint, spinning and drawing the foul is Henry Davis III. And so he will go to the foul line for the first time this season. Henry, a 5'9" junior. This is a good foul shooting team at Wiley this year. 75% for the season. That will be one thing that will help them down the stretch.
Looking forward to our next NIC clash, which will be Penn and Adams coming up at the end of January. That should be a great battle. And, of course, we got a big weekend continuing tomorrow with #1 ranked team in the entire state of Indiana in girls basketball, Warsaw, playing host to Northridge.
Will Twitter missed that 3 for St. Joe, and now here comes Riley again. Webster gets into double figures, and he'll go to the line for another free throw sponsored by South Bend Schools.
Take a look at the replay as he drives inside. I love the effort from Webster. He's a high motor guy himself.
Alex Daniels says he's quiet and polite and very coachable. Trinder thought about the 3. Instead, Pachulis has it outside. St. Joe trying to kill the clock here on this NIC opener. Pachulis, his brother attends Bethel University, had 30 points the other night in Bethel's win over Spring Arbor.
It's pretty good.
Now Braylon White. And we're under 10 seconds to go in this one. So the NIC opener goes to the St. Joseph Huskies. They beat the Riley Wildcats tonight at Alumni Gym. Final score, St. Joseph 70 and Riley 58. And we'll keep it right here as we begin our Fair and Custom Wool Forming postgame show here on Sports Michiana. 2 teams shaking hands. Then Craig Heatherly in just a moment. We'll be speaking with our Reliance player of the game, and it will be Nick Shrewsbury, who scored 23 tonight as the University of Notre Dame commit, getting ready to join his brother Braden at Notre Dame next year, but still has a lot that he wants to accomplish this season. And Craig making his way over with Nick Shrewsbury. Let's go to Craig Heatherly. He's got Nick for our Patrick sideline report and our Reliance player of the game.
We'll get there in a second. Nick, you got to tell us, what was it like playing in this type of an atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, man, it was amazing. All of South Bend popped out. You know, we put it on show for them.
You scored 23 points, but no bigger shot than about 5 possessions in the third quarter. You made the 3, then you guys went on a 10-0 run. What was it that gave you guys the lead?
Man, we just got some energy. We had momentum going into the half, and we kept it going in the third. You know, we got fire. We caught fire.
What can a win like this do for this team?
Man, it can change the season. It can save all the energy. You know, it can push us all the way through the playoffs and help us win the state championship.
This is fun, guys. Well, that's it, Chuck.
All right, thank you very much, Craig Heatherly, with our Reliance player of the game. Nick Shrewsbury with a happy bunch of Huskies over there. They beat Riley and handily tonight, and they're 1-0 in the NIC. Eric Gaff didn't downplay it before the game. He said, this is one of our stated goals. We have not achieved it. We've achieved state titles, but we haven't achieved a conference championship. They took a big step tonight.
Well, and I think what we just saw is very cool, and it shows the unit that this team has, that, you know, every player on the team comes over for a post-game interview and wants to have fun together in that situation. So it shows you what this team is made of and why we all feel like, even though it's moving up to Class 4A, that they can make a deep playoff run. But, man, again, this conference is loaded. The sectional is a lot of those same components, plus Michigan City and LaPorte. So it is going to be a very tough run to make it. But we feel both of these teams can do so.
Now let's look at our Big C Lumber play of the game, and guess what? Nick Shrewsbury had a hand in that as well, opening the second half with an alley-oop dunk from Elijah King.
I mean, King just driving across, no look, finally just glides it across, set up play, Shrewsbury slams it home. King could have easily have been the Reliance player of the game as well. He was outstanding, doing all sorts of things. He scored, 19 points, but he had a lot of steals, a lot of rebounds, a great facilitator, had a great game as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty lethal backcourt with 42 points from King and Shrewsbury tonight, and that's one of the reasons St. Joe was able to win this one. Our thanks to our Sports Michiana crew who helped bring you this one, led by the birthday boy from earlier this week, the G-Man, Gary Martin, celebrating his 95th. He was joined in the truck by our great production crew, Tony Beltran, Chris Skibby, and Duran Gray. And then out here on camera tonight, we had Matt Kowalski, Luke McDowell, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the gang all gets together again tomorrow night. You're going to want to join us from the Tiger Den in Warsaw, 7:30 for the pregame, 7:45 for the tip-off. Number 1 Warsaw takes on number 13 Northridge in a Northern Lakes Conference Girls Showdown, and we'll have it for you in the usual places. Our Facebook and WSBT's Facebook page, our YouTube and WSBT's YouTube page, and the IHSA Champions Network. Now, for my broadcast partners, Angelo DiCarlo and Craig Heatherly, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, St. Joseph 70, Riley 58. The preceding has been a presentation of Sports Michiana. So long from South Bend. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McKinnis Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.